nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to make mention of the emergency exits, the one behind me, to my left, and the main entrance as you walked in. Before we start the public hearing, did we get the receipts? We have the receipts? We have the mailings? So let the record show that the applicant had given us the receipts for the public hearing. So I need a motion to open up the public hearing for the queue.
I'll make that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Did you want to read it or you want me to read it?
I can read it.
Okay. Before we start, Terry will read the public notice.
Please take notice that the Village Planning Board of the Village of Monroe will hold a public hearing at Village Hall, 7 State Road, Monroe, New York, 10950, on April 28, 2026 at 7 o'clock p.m. or as soon thereafter as possible on the site plan application of 41 Still Road LLC to authorize the construction of 72 multifamily dwelling units together with related site improvements to be known as the Q. The application is to reinstate the site plan and special use permit approvals previously granted on January 25, 2022, which had lapsed. A copy of the application is available for review in the Building Planning Department located at 7 Stage Road, Monroe, New York, 10950, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. by order of the Planning Board of the Village of Monroe, Jeff Boucher, Chairman.
Past Chairman.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Who do we have representing the queue this evening?
Steve Esposito, Engineering Properties. Good evening.
Hi, Steve.
Gary, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
So we're here tonight to get our site plan special use permit reinstated and the seeker, make sure that the seeker is consistent with the original negative deck. There's been no change to the plan since we received our approvals last time. Since then, and let me jump into the.
Maybe what you want to do, Steve, is review what happened in the past and do a little bit of a history.
Put the plan up.
The one you sent to you?
Yeah, for the public, just so. So the site is, so the site is located, has access from Still Road, and will also access via Stevens Lane, which is the existing roadway that the existing houses are on. As part of the original application, and this consistent with this application, is we're going to make upgrades to Stevens Lane, so it's a reasonable, real street with curbs, paving. We're going to have a sidewalk. We're going to install a sidewalk crossing on Still Road. So people from this side of Still Road can safely cross onto the existing sidewalk across the street. The site is 10 acres. It's zoned urban multifamily residential. We are proposing 4 buildings. Those are the 4 big squares, and with a total of 72 units. As part of the design process, we have to first conduct what's called a constraints analysis, and that's where we take our gross acreage and deduct certain environmental resources, wetlands, floodplains, slopes in excess of 20%, and that takes us from the gross acreage to the net acreage, and then we apply a area per unit to establish the approval or the achievable density. In this case, we are based on the constraints analysis. We have 122 units. We're only proposing 72 units. With regard to parking, there's a certain number. We have to have a certain number of spaces per unit. The code calls for 1.2 spaces per unit. That yielded 87 spaces. We didn't think that was quite adequate. We're proposing 133 spaces. We think that it's a more reasonable number for parking, given the number of units. The units are very nice. They're 2-bedroom units, 2-bath units, laundry facilities, dining, living space. We've also proposed on the upper part of the site, we're required to have some active and passive recreation. So we have about 14,000 square feet of active recreation, which includes hard court or pickleball, picnic pavilion, barbecue area, community garden, and a tot preteen play structure. We also, in addition to the 14,000 square feet of active recreation, we're also preserving about 182,000 square feet of the site under a conservation easement. We're proposing a walking path through those, and it's basically the existing woods along the perimeter that are not getting developed. We have gone through this process before. We, as board, adopted a negative declaration under seeker. We took a hard look at the potential environmental impacts. You adopted a neg deck. We then received site plan approval. We had a public hearing, actually 2 public hearings on the original application. We recorded all of the public comments. We responded to the board back in writing to address each one of the public's comments. After that, you issued site plan approval, special use permit. We then got a building permit. We had it for part of our requirements or mitigation measures for wildlife is that we could only clear between November and March. So several years ago, we got that permit to do that site work. The site work's been done. And if you recall, we came out of COVID. Things were a little crazy. Banks and interest rates were nuts. We had the supply chain issues and price issues. So, unfortunately couldn't make the numbers work, under that economic climate. Today is a much better economic climate. We want to proceed with the project. So we're here tonight to hopefully reinstate the approvals and the neg deck. After we got our conditional final approval from this board, we had to go collect a few pieces of paper along the way. One is the health department. We're extending a municipal water system, so we have to get Orange County Health Department approval for that. We have that. We're extending the municipal sewer system, so we had to get DEC approval for that, and also Orange County DPW permit. So those approvals are in hand as well. In my recent cover letter to the board, I went through the conditions that were identified in the original resolution's approval, showing that we complied with each and every one of those conditions, with the exception of one, and that's the bond for a performance bond. So that will be presented, to the attorney for his review and approval, and we'll get that, filed with the clerk's office. I think that's it.
Oh, we're going to do improvements on
Yes. So we're doing a lot of improvements. This is just a rendering of the plan, but you have a large set of engineering plans that show all the improvements on Stevens Lane, which includes lighting, sidewalks, real paving, grading, drainage. So it's going to be a great improvement for the existing residents there.
Okay. Do we have anybody from the public here that would have a question? Could you please state your name for the record?
Sure. I'm Kathy Summer. I'm president of St. Paul's Lutheran Church. So we're at 21 Still Road. So our concern is, it looks like this property is going to be right at the back of where our church is. And we have a preschool there that has 80 kids in it. So the way it looks, and tell me if we're wrong, but we have 80 kids in a preschool, so if that's the case, is a fence going to go up? Like, we need to ensure that those kids are okay. So we're at 21 Still, so it looks like the back of it will run, if I'm looking at it right, along the back woods of our church.
So probably the north side.
Well, this is
The northeast side.
Northeast side.
All of this right here, that's all state regulated wetlands with the 100-foot buffer. So we're not developing anything along the backside, either the west or the north. These are these are the individual houses that are on Stevens Lane.
Yep.
So, so I'm not sure exactly where your parcel fits in.
Where?
This is a residence. This is the golf course.
Yep.
Right here.
So if you pass the golf course, we're almost right there. And it looked almost like from if you drove down that back road, the back would have butt up the back of our property.
Well, this is all golf course right here.
Right, but our concern is to make sure, one, if that's going to happen, we're trying to figure out where exactly will it run for the church, and
So,
two,
Steve, if I may, I'll try to help Steve on the, so if you're at the, before the bank on the corner,
Yeah.
TD Bank, they're south of the bank. that's the church right there.
Oh, so they're up.
You came up from the McDonald's.
Right,
If you come from the McDonald's, and
They're on the right.
yes,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I think if you could go to one of the other sheets, maybe this first or.
It was hard to tell from your map on your site, like,
Yeah.
where
Right.
exactly, but my goal is I have to keep those preschool kids safe, and
what's that?
Maybe do a Google,
21 still.
maybe do a Google Maps as
Yeah,
well.
Terry, can you pull up a Google Maps from where you are? Is that possible?
We'll see.
Pressure's on.
Do you just want me to put the address in?
421 still.
What was that?
21 still, St. Paul Lutheran.
See, 421 or just 20?
It looks like you got two houses between the road there and the church.
Oh,
Where'd it go?
We don't know about the church.
No,
So will not do anything in the back of our property?
No.
a tax map will show us, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just zoom in.
yeah, it should be there.
We're just trying to make sure it doesn't, or if it does.
What was the address again?
21 still.
21.
Still, no, this is,
Yeah.
it's basically in back of the TD.
Church is here, and they're developing this piece here.
Okay, so it's back.
They butt up with the TD Bank.
Yeah, so they're, it's up to, they're probably 3 or 4 lots separated from us.
Right, so the wetlands back there is where their property goes. I don't know if there's parking back there. On the side of the building, I know there is, yeah.
Yeah.
But in, like behind the building, we
Mhm.
have that whole play yard for the preschool.
Right, the playground, your playground
The
back there.
playground, and we're just concerned, even though there's that
Stephen
natural
Lane.
barrier,
Right,
you know.
You're-
Sure.
You are, that's the church here, the park here.
Especially with all the kids.
So, I mean, I don't know if you can pull it up, but that's,
Yeah.
the golf course is on
We're
this side.
hundreds of feet, through woods and wetlands.
How-
Hundreds of feet.
Yeah.
hundreds of feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe explain to,
So we are,
It's all back there.
we're hundreds of feet away from your property. Literally, and in between, in the area between our closest property corner and your closest property corner is state wetlands and woodlands, so there's a physical separation between the two properties.
Okay. And that won't affect like the water or anything to go into
No,
the sewer,
no.
the water, the sewer?
We've gone through all the engineering and all the analysis, in terms of stormwater, sanitary, and domestic water. And like I said, we've gotten the approvals of this board and with your engineers and attorneys, and also the state and county agencies that regulate those.
Okay, we were just concerned, it's hard to tell from your map online, like, where it
Nope,
was going.
that's fine.
So, thank you.
can I ask you a question about your students? Are there any special needs that are sound sensitive or anything like that?
I don't know, but I can ask the principal. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, well, because we have something, I just wanted to make sure that they won't be disturbed.
I can ask her, and we just, this year, we're getting universal pre-K as well, so we're picking up quite a few more kids. So I have to ask her, I don't know, but I can let somebody know.
Okay.
so
I guess
basically,
Depending on, the school year and the construction timeframe, that.
right, so basically,
that may or may not-
the back of the wetlands is actually a buffer between both properties,
Correct.
when you look at it.
Woodland
Yeah.
and wetland.
So basically, I think once the construction is there, when they finish, you might not even see it, like in this time of the year with the leaves on the trees coming up. Maybe in the wintertime, you might see something, there, so, but,
Could we show a rendering for the public as well? I know we had it last years ago.
And did you cleared it already? the
Yes.
Property? So there's no cutting down trees
No.
and noise after?
they're just laying down there right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
since
all
they cut
the
it.
saw work was done. So they'll just, yeah, we submitted the rendering,
Yeah,
Yep.
for the public, they could see it as well.
yeah.
Has anybody looked at that recently?
I did.
And
It
do you
looked-
remember like where it
well,
was?
I'm going back 5 years ago.
Oh,
It does look okay to me. I think when I was on the board then. I remember. Yeah, I remember you too.
Yeah, right, as part of it, we spent a lot of time.
Spent a
with
lot of time.
With the architecture, the colors, the materials.
By the way, Amble tank.
He's my sidekick
On the site.
with the sneakers.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, I remember the renderings that we went through, the colors we
We
picked
have
out.
nice printed out ones that for.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So it's a mixture of stone, hardy plank, and earth tone colors. And we did a number of iterations of colors and materials. And I think everybody was very happy with this one.
So Steve, as far as parking is concerned with this, there's only parking on the southwest side, right? There's nothing on the northeast side on that one.
No.
So you just have to walk around, or
Yeah.
okay,
So those you'll walk around the building.
okay, I remember that. And the reasoning for that was just
Site disturbance, wetland
gotcha, okay.
constraints.
And that's dumpsters. I remember the dumpsters they were in the for all four had their own dumpsters as well.
In the corners.
Anybody else have a question?
I'm assuming that, I'm sorry, my name is Jeanette, last name Haug, H-A-U-G. As far as the traffic impact too, like on 17M and the access into Stevens Lane and out, is there gonna be a light put there, or, is that considered, is it deemed necessary within the?
So in our original review process, we prepared what's called a traffic impact study. We hired our traffic consultant, the village hired their traffic consultant. We went back and forth. We did a light warrant study, which is to determine whether the intersection would warrant a light, because lights are expensive, or lights are maintenance. They come with a whole host of issues. We did not even come close to the warrants to put a light there. We are, like I said, we are providing a crossing for pedestrians for safety purposes, but we'll just do signage,
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
curious too, because with the drop off and, through the church parking
Right.
lot, through all the preschool moms and that traffic, it's a little congested at certain hours.
Right.
And with that, I just.
Right, and we were, the properties, surrounding properties around our site were considered your church across the street, the commercial businesses at the intersection, and any projects that were in the vicinity that were before the planning board, whether built or not built. We took those all into consideration, along with a annual growth rate factor of 5%, to when we analyze it out to the future. So I think the board found that our study was adequate and that we were not going to create any environmental impacts or traffic impacts.
How old is the traffic study?
Traffic study is probably 5 years.
It's 20,
That's a little
21.
questionable, I think. I mean, a lot's happened in 5 years.
But didn't they do the study further out? If I
We study,
remember?
yeah, I don't remember what the year, we
Yeah.
typically do either 5 or 6 years out. So in other words, we take the growth factor
Right.
and take whatever the design year is, and, we multiply the counts that we took at that point in time, and then analyze those out with the growth factor. So we were
I
probably
think-
out around
I
3.
think it was either 19 or 20 was the traffic study.
August 7th, 2020 for their study, and
Okay.
the village had theirs on October 13th, 2020.
Right.
So they are dated.
But what's gonna happen 5 years from now as well? Now it's a 10-year study, so to speak. They didn't factor that in, in 5 years.
I don't know, I just think a lot has happened in 5 years. That it might, just my opinion, it might behoove,
Sure.
because I think you may be surprised in how much the growth actually is since 5 years ago. Anybody can tell you what the growth has been in the past 5 years, just driving.
Mhm.
That's my concern.
Okay. All right, anybody else from the public?
Just have a quick question. I'm Ray, Captain's Table, and just curious, is it the new tenants, you think they like to hear Margaritaville on Sunday afternoon? Do you have any objection to that?
There you
Well,
go.
it's in the,
Just an opinion.
it's in the lease. That, and they have to drink beer and eat hamburgers.
Okay, all right, well, we got that ironed out, thank you.
That's it? Nobody else? Okay. We want to make a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make that motion.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Any yeas? All yea?
Yeah.
Okay. So the public hearing is closed. Do we have a motion to open up the regular meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Okay. I was thinking about traffic study myself. I didn't want to say anything yet until, you know, we had it open to the public. Does the board think we should do have another traffic study done?
I do. In the last 5 years, like I said, the last 5 years, a lot has changed.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's all traffic.
yeah. Especially 17N,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, just for the safety of, you know, people walking and
Sure.
the traffic in general, getting in and out.
So maybe we should look at doing another traffic study.
Are we gonna can we just keep the original scope that we have analyzed initially? In other words, the intersections that we looked at, where we took the counts?
Well, yeah, we did Still Road.
Yeah, Still Road 17M, and what's the road?
Freeland.
What's the one?
Freeland across the street.
Freeland,
Yeah,
Freeland across the street, and I think,
Yeah,
what,
where
Stage Road?
Cumberland Farms is Freeland Street.
Yeah.
Right.
And then what's the one up still?
Stage?
Stage?
Stage Road,
I think we may have done Stage Road
Right.
also.
yeah, with the caution light and
Yeah,
the red
yeah.
light there, yes. Yeah, I think it would be a good idea, because if we look at it now, if you look at the, where the bank is, if you look at certain hours of the day, especially mornings when school buses are out, it's really heavy. And in the evening, forget it. It's tremendous.
It is.
So I think it would be a good idea just to do another traffic study.
Right.
Okay. And Dave, you have any comments? Or Dave and Dave?
Yeah, I mean, we had gone through the comments at the work session, not related to traffic. Was your question related to traffic or any comments in general?
In general.
Okay. I mean, do you want to go through those just as a refresher?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Number one, I think Steve actually already dealt with over the course of the last few days. He had sent me the DEC revalidated wetland boundary. So he provided that map, and that's valid, I think, until 2030 or 2031,
31.
something in that range. So they're okay on that. Number two, our office previously determined that all stormwater pollution prevention plan related comments had been satisfactorily addressed and found the report and design acceptable. The applicant has also provided a letter of continued coverage for coverage under the new general permit, and that's just informational. The application is subject to architectural review by the planning board. Again, we had the renderings up, just as a reminder to the board. You are responsible for the architectural review. Sounds like nothing had changed, though, from
No,
the prior.
same, yeah.
Number four, we recommend the general conditions numbers 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, and 11 of the sewer main extension granted by the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation be noted on the plans. It's just that the DEC had certain conditions of the issuance of their permit. We thought it would be helpful to have those on the plan so that the contractor is well aware of those during construction.
Excuse me, Dave, is that
Sure.
the DEC conditional notes? Yeah, no, it's not on the plan, though.
They're not currently on the plan, no.
Because I went crazy looking for it, and I didn't see it, so I figured it wasn't done yet. Okay,
Right, yeah, our recommendation is that they add those to the plan,
okay.
yes,
Okay.
okay? Number 5, a work permit will be required from the village DPW for the proposed sidewalk. Number 6, public hearing is required, we've just had that. And number 7, as Steve mentioned at the beginning of this meeting, a bond, there was a bond estimate in the amount of $985,300, which was accepted in January 2022. We're requesting that an updated construction cost estimate be provided for review and acceptance.
Okay. The board members have anything else you want to add at this time?
Anything, attorney?
I just have a question for Steve. What do you see as the procedural pathway for SECRA here? given the status that we're in?
Well, I think I don't think you can, reconfirm it tonight, if we're gonna do a traffic study. So I think if all things are equal, on all the other, thresholds that we've evaluated, stormwater, sewer, water, wildlife, the only variable right now is the new traffic study. So I think we'll conduct the traffic study, we'll submit it for your review, and I think hopefully we'll find that there will be no impacts or any significant impacts. And I think at that point in time, we would request that you.
Do you see a need to recirculate? Or,
No, I don't think, because there's no substantive change, really. And I mean, if we
Right.
had made some changes, then I think, yeah, maybe we should recirculate, but I think that, you just assume lead agency status, and, we can.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question for seeker. Seeker's kinda, it's done.
It's done, well, it's done,
It's bad.
but if we're gonna do it, I think if we're gonna do the traffic study,
You
then,
have to open up seeker again.
you could, I mean, I think, maybe you wanted, I mean, did you assume yourself lead agency? I don't recall.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're.
You mean in the past, it was,
you've done that in the past
Yeah.
on the original, but
Right,
was
but
anything
now-
done since because I'm coming in sort of after the fact in the middle of this.
I didn't see anything as far as neg deck or lead agency for the current situation since last year, when I went through the minutes.
The building year was supposed to be 2020 originally, that's what we anticipated, right?
Excuse me?
The building was supposed to be 2024, right? So originally, we anticipated the building year was going to be 2024, is that right? So, I mean, we are able to pass that. Are we sure there's nothing change with water and sewer?
We, as Dave mentioned, we resubmitted, so the changes that occurred were not in sewer, not in water, but in stormwater. And there was a process in which we resubmit, for coverage under the new permit, and we've done that. So it's current stormwater. And then the EC wetlands, we had those recertified.
December.
Yeah, so they're good for 5 years.
Yeah, because I see most of the permits here, they're still good.
Yeah.
From what I've
Yep.
looked at. So, especially Orange County Health Department.
Correct.
So that's important because you need the sewer.
That's very important.
Very important. The biggest, so.
I think so.
Okay, and then we should have our traffic consultant look at the, once the traffic study is done, we should then give it to our consultant, traffic consultant, and then they should look at it and give us their feedback on what was done. And when you do the traffic study, how is this gonna be? Is it gonna be a count or?
We're going to rerun, we're going to have to rerun everything we did in the original study.
So the new technology you don't use where it looks at the number of cars, buses, and,
There may be some updated data, from the
Okay.
DOT on 17M.
right,
But I think that, the Still Road is a village road, so
Right.
I'm sure they're not doing counts out there. But we'll consider those.
right, okay.
So to be clear, we don't think there's been a new declaration of lead agency or action-type lead agency.
I didn't see one.
I think, given the fact that we are having a traffic study, and I think it would make sense to just, let's formalize the secra and make sure that we're dotting i's and crossing t's, because I don't think it's going to add any time to
No, it's
your
not
process.
right.
So I would suggest that we do that, declare action type, we know what it is, right? It's an unlisted, and declare lead agency, and then circulate,
Right.
and then we're moving on that, at
Yeah,
least.
because I think that was previously done, it kind
Yes.
of was closed, is the way I look at it. I'm not sure if that's the right way to look
Well,
at it.
that's kind of the way I was looking at it to begin with,
Yeah.
right? I was like, if literally nothing's changed and we're not gonna, it's just reinstating exactly what was there, my thought was, we have an existing neg deck
Right.
based upon the exact same facts.
Right,
But as I'm hearing tonight, if we're gonna do a traffic study because there's some concern that there may have been some change in conditions, I don't think it's consistent to do one but not the other.
correct, I agree. And with
Yeah.
The applicant agrees also.
And with the Lutheran Church, with their preschool, it'd be also, I think, in our hearts that it's safe for
Yep.
them and traffic. Because there are parents that come, I see them line up at certain times of the day to drop off or pick up the children. So I don't think I don't think you've ever did that before. I mean, I've noticed that it's a drop-off and pickup situation in the morning and the afternoon.
That was due to COVID.
Okay, okay.
And the parents seem to love the process, so
Right.
we just maintained it.
And when did you start that, if I could ask, or if you,
When COVID,
2020.
as
So-
soon as COVID, so that was what?
was it the 2020 or 2021 when it was kind of like winding down a little bit?
Probably, no, it was at the beginning of COVID.
So the traffic
We
study
had
must,
to still-
I wonder if the traffic study was included with the drop-off and pickup at that time.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Well, there was always, what would happen prior to COVID,
Mhm.
the parents would come in, park the car in the larger lot.
Right.
Walk the kids into the school
Okay.
and then leave.
Right,
But, so that this way, parents weren't coming into the building, and therefore, the COVID conditions.
right.
They would just drop off the children, a teacher would be there with the director
Mhm,
and escort them in,
mhm.
and the parents loved the ease of that.
Right.
And it seemed to be efficient, so they,
Okay.
so they kept it.
Okay.
And to your point, Gary, was the traffic study done when nobody was on the road?
Well, that's the thing, you
Right.
know,
2020.
it's hard to say
Yeah.
what was the current situation at that time as far as traffic's
It wasn't
concerned.
reality.
Yeah. So if it was done in the summer, what was the date you said, Fred?
October, theirs was August 7th, 2020, and ours was October 13th, 2020.
Okay, so basically, things were starting, but not 100%.
Yeah, no.
Right.
People were starting to get back to work in the fall, so to say, but not 100%.
Right.
A lot of people were still working at home, so I think maybe it's better that we
You get
update
true
it.
colors with this, yeah.
Incidentally, this study also had only 68 condominium style units, there's more now, I think.
72.
72.
So, I mean, not a big difference, but.
Right, right, but still, it's a different number, and we should put that
Sure,
into
no, I
fact.
think it's
Sure.
sound. I'm in favor
Yeah.
of the traffic study myself,
Okay.
on consideration.
Anybody else have anything else to add? Marilyn, anything? Okay, I have a few things that, I'm trying to get familiar again with the code. On the landscaping plan, and I looked in the code and I just can't find it. We always had in perpetuity. I don't see it any longer in the code.
It's noted on the plans, though.
It is?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think it's note 10
Okay.
on page 2.
But
And
when I look
the
at,
last
you
one.
have all the notes from our code on the plan.
Yeah.
But I can't
So
find.
you want
it
to know if the code has that provision still in it?
Yeah,
I'll take a peek.
I'll be darned, I can't find it.
Yeah, I think it still does.
It's-
I thought it did too.
Because we
but-
use it's a standard note right out of the code that is, in perpetuity,
Right. I was looking in 231L. I just want to make sure it's still in the code. Can we put up the landscaping plan, please?
Well, I think the note shows up I think on sheet 2. It's like 10 or 11, and then also on the landscape plan.
Yeah, mostly I like it on a landscape plan.
Do we have it- Is that part of the?
Site plan?
original site plan?
Yeah, go to site
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going that way.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, go, yeah. I never know if it's scrolling up or scrolling down.
This, or do you want me to put
Yeah,
it down?
it's probably be on the next page.
Yeah. It's either above or below this.
It's right there.
Oh, it's on it's on with the plantings.
With the plants?
It's on with the plantings then. Should be there then.
So it's on this sheet, and then it's also on sheet 2, because Lincoln Tully, one of the comments asked us to put it on that sheet as well.
Dave, did you find it at all?
It wasn't under that, I didn't see it under landscaping, but it might be under parking.
I went under general provisions also, there was nothing there.
Yeah, let me check
Trees.
under parking. Was it-
Under parking.
Yeah, let me just see.
It's on the plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
I mean, right, whether it's in the code or not, it was a condition of us, of ours, is to
Right.
put the note on the plan, so we
Okay.
have the perpetuity.
yeah, I just want to make sure it was on the plan. And usually we see it on the site plan itself. This is the.
Well, it's on both, so if you go
So
to
you got it on
the
the-
second, if you scroll, yeah.
Is it page two?
That one, I think, yep, Terry.
Right there.
Go ahead.
That way?
The other way,
The other way?
yeah.
You want me to enlarge like
I
the
think
general?
it's note 11.
You can't read that?
I can't read it. It's note 11.
You can't read that?
Steve, you can say it's no 12, you can't read it.
No, I remember that it was 11.
I see 11.
So it shows up on both. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Owners and their heirs, transferees, designatees, tenant, or agents of any, if any, shall be jointly and severally responsible for the maintenance of all trees in perpetuity and
Okay.
landscaping which shall be maintained in good condition so as to present a healthy, neat, and orderly appearance and shall be kept free from refuse and debris. The building inspector shall assure compliance with these terms of the planning board. That's number 11.
Okay, good. I didn't see it, I don't know why, but I guess there's too many plans.
There are too many plans.
So that's good, we got that. The cost estimate has to get done yet, right? You didn't do that yet? Okay. And the narrative, are you gonna update the narrative, or are you gonna keep the 2020 narrative the way it is?
Going to keep it the way it is. So we haven't changed anything.
Okay. So then, once we get the cost estimate, then we gotta hand it off to the village board for their approval.
Correct.
Okay. So, I saw the fencing was put on the wall.
Just real quick, I was
Yes.
gonna interrupt, but real quick, just for the church, you can kind of get an idea where you guys are now. You see what's the St. Paul Lutheran Church?
Oh, yeah.
And just for your visual, and where the building will be.
272.
No, that's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, so this is your corner.
Let's see.
Right, so you're over
Yeah, we were just
Yeah,
concerned, because
yeah.
what we had seen, it seemed like the development would go like
Closer.
behind and
Which
close
scene?
to like
21A?
playgrounds.
there. Yeah, no, we're
So,
quite a ways away. And like I said, we have the wetlands and the woodlands, so nobody's ever gonna.
Separate landscape plan, detail, also-
There's one more question, I don't know, we used to collect,
That's right there.
this is residential,
Good find.
multifamily.
It's funny,
We
I
usually
did a
collect
search for
parkland
perpetuity and
fees,
it
or in lieu
really?
of
That's what I
parkland
did
fees,
here. I can't-
parkland. I'm not sure if, I didn't see anything in the past about that.
We're proposing our own, we have 14,000 square feet
Because
of
you're-
active.
You're not gonna need that because you have your own park,
Correct.
so to say.
Right.
Okay, I just wanted to get that clear. Other than that, I'm fine. Anything else? So we wanna do a negative deck?
You should declare,
Lead ag-
action type lead agency,
Right,
right?
lead
Declare,
agency.
declare it as an unlisted action and declare yourself,
Right.
intent to serve as lead agency.
Okay,
We won't declare anything otherwise, anything further from the traffic study.
well, this would start seeker then until we get the traffic study.
Right.
Yeah. We're not gonna close anything yet, we're gonna just, get the traffic study done, but we need to re-declare ourselves again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by declaring tonight, you can then circulate to any other lead agencies, and then they'll have the right to
Correct.
step up and likely will not, and then you can
Right.
make your secret determination.
Okay, so anybody wanna make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
All right. Any questions before we vote on that? We're good? All in favor? Aye? Okay.
If you can.
We're good?
Good.
Okay.
right,
So
thanks.
the next meeting, next month, you'll be able to have.
I've got to
cost
talk to our
estimates?
traffic consultant.
I mean,
You know,
cost estimates too, at least to get that
Yeah,
started.
yeah, I talked to Dave, he's gonna give us some of the unit prices that they've been
Right.
using in the village of Monroe, so we're gonna adjust,
Correct.
you know, our prices based on those new units.
Okay, good. All right. All right, thank you.
I can't remember. Yeah, they're still around. I can't remember.
We'll use the same company, I guess.
Yeah, we'll use the same company, and hopefully you guys will use the
Fine
same.
with the village, with the board.
Yeah,
Miser Consulting.
Which one? Oh, maybe.
Mazer, yeah, so Collier was our consultant, and
We were
and
Mazer.
Carlito, no, we were Mazer.
You were Mazer, we were Collin.
No, you were,
Clayton Manning, maybe?
no,
Provident.
Provident, Carlito.
So who have we been using for,
Kinley Horn?
Kinley Horn? Okay. Okay, so we'll use who we've been using, Kinley.
John Cannon? Is it
Huh?
John Cannon?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
okay. Very good.
Just gotta
Thank you
figure
very
out.
much.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you again.
Good seeing you.
See you next month?
Yes.
Next.
Okay, great.
Hopefully.
Okay, have a good night. Next on the agenda, 581 Route 17M. And who do we have representing 581 Route 17M?
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Avi Weinberg, Weinberg Lim Engineering. Also have with me the project architect Shlomi Gelb from Hartman Design. See some new faces here, so nice to meet everyone, all the new members, new consultants. We've received a neg deck on this project. I'll give a brief overview of the project. We're proposing approximately 14,000 square foot office building expansion. There are currently 2 buildings on the site that serve as retail and office. The plan is to keep those buildings, and we're proposing this extension in the rear. We've been through the process, went back and forth with this board multiple times. We've received our neg deck. We last left off, we went to the zoning board. Kid you not, we were there for an hour and a half debating that dumpster, but they gave it to us. Yes, they allowed us to keep the
Yeah, not
dumpster.
to interrupt, but I spoke to John over the weekend, because I was curious what went on, and they just have to write it up, he said.
Yeah.
So they gave the approval, but they still have to write it up, and we have to get a copy of that.
Yeah, I figured, I didn't think they'd have it too quickly, but I appreciate you
Yeah,
staying on top of that for us.
no problem.
So, I was not at the last meeting, my partner was here. I know that we were closed the public hearing, we are in middle of architectural review. We do have our project architect, Mr. Gelb. Maybe he could, we'll let him elaborate first on the architecturals before we proceed.
Sure. And there was a question on the architecturals, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Shlomi Gelb from Hartman Design. I'm here to answer all the questions. I have watched the video from the last meeting, I was not here, and I saw the concerns, what was discussed by the meeting, and I did some modifications based on that, but it was too late in the game to make a new submittal.
Can you pause for just one second?
Hold on.
Yes.
Just for 1 second, while I was working out, John King from Kinley Horn, I'm using them on a different project. I think this might be a
Conflict of interest? I don't know, Dave?
transparent.
You use Provident.
He's our designer on the shops that we're dirty. The McDonald's, Starbucks. He's my designer over there. I think this could be I just want to be
Well, it's
transparent.
up to council.
Whatever.
Whatever council decides.
With me, it's fine. I just want to be transparent.
Yeah, I think he's right. I think if, as long as you have somebody else that's available that you would trust and have used in the past, you don't even have to have used them in the past. I think it's wise to,
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks for
Go a
letting us know.
different direction, yeah.
Appreciate
Heads up.
that. Thank you.
Carlita? That's who you're,
You guys use. For this, they reviewed our Phil's work.
so you guys are using Colliers?
We
Right, but they can't use John Canning, okay.
But when they reviewed this project,
It was Carlita,
it was Carlito.
okay.
We'll figure out who we're gonna use.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You do the first step, though. We need your traffic study first. So, thank you.
thank you for that disclosure.
Okay, sorry about that.
So, I saw that was concerns about the color, the contrast, these two colors because the samples was not 100% right.
Do we have samples here?
I didn't do new samples. I just did it. I
Okay.
have a sheet
Okay.
with a list of all materials and names. If we have to bring in new samples, we can do that. It's not a problem. Just so there's not the time to do that. And also it was a concern about to match these two colors.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to figure it out, and it's not possible because to paint that, it's not possible. It's aluminum,
Mm-hmm.
and if you're gonna paint it, it's gonna just be damaged, and it's gonna be not nice in the future for maintenance. And to bring this to a darker color, it's gonna make the whole building.
So let me ask you a question. This building is going to butt right up against the existing building.
Yes.
And your concern is that strip right there from the corner of the building to the corner of the new building?
Yes, it was brought up at the meeting, maybe what we can do to match up these two buildings.
Well, I mean, here's a suggestion, whether you you take it or not. Just get new siding. It's not a big piece of area. Just get the siding to match the existing building to the new color of the, because you're never going to match that. That's faded. But I thought okay, I thought you meant you were pointing to the aluminum on the top.
Also, it was a conversation about the aluminum and about the bricks.
The brick, nobody can do anything about unless you want to paint it.
I had a discussion with the owner and he told me
But at least the top, if that's an issue, the aluminum,
just take off this
and match it with the color there. It's not that much material.
Okay.
So that's an idea.
Because
I don't know how the
he
rest of
told
the
me
board
that to
feels
change
about
the
it.
entire building is gonna be
No.
very costly. It's not possible.
Right,
But maybe if you're okay just doing that,
Right.
it makes sense.
if that satisfies the situation, the brick is gonna stay brick, same color.
Unless it was painted.
Nah, you don't want it.
If you paint bricks, it's gonna come down the paint every 2 years. You have
Chips.
to paint that.
Yeah, weathered.
Yeah, it's a never-ending game.
Did you locate this building initially, or was it Mr. Weinberg?
It was between, yes.
Both.
We have.
Gave us a concept and then we developed a site plan based on it.
Yeah,
Why didn't you try to put it up front?
so we have did one of the concept that at this, and it was not working with the
We
traffic.
also have existing retail there.
You've got one existing retail there.
Well, I mean,
And the objection that was made early on was, well, if we put the building up front, we're gonna occlude Monroe Pharmacy. But the way these buildings are shaped like an L, you don't really see Monroe Pharmacy traveling westbound on 17, and anyways, until you're right on top of it. And if you put the building up front, you're not gonna occlude it coming eastbound either. So, I mean, I
There was existing space, I know we went through this, this when we did get our negative, I think, to open it at this point.
Well, then that's one thing, but and there's more building here in the 5-year floodplain. But that doesn't mean the whole way there. I think it's still fair game. Why should the building be put up front?
Because again, at the end of the day, there is existing retail there, and it just, that's the look of the site there, and the owner wanted to preserve it. That's what we have. We are doing a lot to enhance the look. We've spent a lot of time demonstrating the landscaping and all that. And at this point, like we said, we've set up, traffic or circulation for the emergency vehicles, for a garbage truck. We went through all that with this plan as is, with the building in the back. And then I hold my site plan also, just in terms of zoning, it's not so simple either as to where you're allowed to put this building, where we put it now. It's nestled in, it fits, other than that minor dumpster variance which we received. We didn't need any other variances. It would be a lot more complicated. If the zoning, pull up and you can look at the zoning envelope on my site plan, where we could go would be an odd shape. This is just something that was much more straightforward. I think, before it came to us, client spent time with the architect really coming up with a building that worked for him. It was a nice square box, something that worked, and then, we just felt that was the best place to put it.
Is the new building flush on the other side with the existing building? Do you know? I don't. Well, if you're coming around, you know how we're seeing this one side? What's the other side
I
like?
can see that on the floor plan.
Okay, so you have a little area here that's like this. That's what I'm thinking, because, so you got a little area here. It looks mishmash. It doesn't look right. You know, against the brick,
Back of the back of
the
the
new
old
building up against the old building
Yeah,
doesn't look
and you
right.
actually have two doors coming out of the old building corner and the new building
Right,
corner.
so
Right.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
I would just like
that has to
something
do with the
uniform.
zone line.
Oh,
That
okay.
has to do with the zoning law.
Okay.
You see that? By the way, when we were here at the workshop way back when, we did have conversations, and I know I definitely spoke to Dave about this. At the time, it probably would have been better if we could have at least centered the building or something like that. And we were told just dealing with the zoning board is not, we didn't want to go there. And these, you know, these lines that you see, this building up, you know, these setback lines, that's what governs. It's the village's code. These we have now as an existing non-conforming, but wouldn't necessarily need to transfer over to a new building. So as you can see, it's literally tucked in the envelope.
Right.
Yeah, it made for some awkward corners, you have on that sidewalk, or just, you know.
Because granted, nobody's really gonna see it except the people that are in the new building, but still, it doesn't look right to me.
No, it does look awkward.
Well, that's what, to that point, it almost, in my opinion, it'd almost be more awkward in front, only for the simple fact that now you really see it on something, how different it
It's
is.
just, we've never even seen
You guys can
proposed,
see the
You're right,
line.
yeah.
it's just, we've never even seen proposed drawing of it.
Visual,
So I don't really agree with that.
But they have to go to to get variances to put it in
Yes,
front.
again, it takes something like this and put it now in the front.
Side yards.
Now I gotta make sure trucks can turn around, it's not simple, again, this is your limit. And I agree with you, we encountered this many times where just simply the way the code is written and the nature of the land use boards that we're dealing with, where sometimes you don't get the best product just simply because you want the path of least resistance. It would definitely make sense to line that building, there's no question about that, but, you know, to have to deal with the zoning board for that.
So you have to go for a few variances.
Yeah, we were told just, you know.
So we didn't see that in the conceptual
I just wanna
drawing?
see what's here.
We never saw it in the front, Fred's.
I'm just trying to,
But I mean,
tree here?
I think we have, I don't know if the.
You know,
rendering-
if you, maybe you could put
Yeah,
a
of
tree
course.
there to
No,
hide
that's
the,
sculpted landscaping plan better.
Is it on the same?
It's on the same sheet, yeah.
so they
So
changed
we
the building,
did.
actually, you changed the building because of the parking in the front. So you actually moved that building back from what I saw in the minutes. Originally, you, Barbara, I think you made the comment that coming around from the driver's window.
they had parking spaces there that it wouldn't have been, it wouldn't have worked, right?
If you back it into
Yeah.
people coming to the drive.
Yeah.
So did they move the building back?
No, they covered it with grass. They took out the parking
Oh, okay.
spaces here.
So the building
They took them
position
out.
stayed as is? they
Yeah.
just- Okay.
They removed some parking spaces, but
Right.
they have, it's green there now, so
Yeah.
maybe if they
Yeah,
put a
so
nice
we put
They
a lot-
do.
big tree there.
Yeah, they
Yeah, we
do.
need landscaping there, so
This
you
is-
guys did a great job
Oh,
with
what
it.
happened, just happened.
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the-
Well, let's
I
show
just
you.
lost it, I just touched the screen.
Oh,
There you go. This is the corner you're talking about.
Yeah, is there, they show a big
They
tree
do,
there?
it's just
Okay.
not on the rendering.
Okay, all right, you do
That is
have,
proposed.
you do have a tree there.
We do have a tree.
So, okay, I'm
And if
happy.
we didn't have a tree, it would have been because we were nervous about the site obstruction for the car backing out.
Okay,
We did have a tree, as I think this board is very proud of, we spent a lot of time really adding some greenery. throughout
Yes.
the site.
So
Okay.
I've had some comments with people coming to me that, you know, they want a lot of landscaping there, and I says, well, from what I've seen, we do have a good amount of landscaping.
Well, again, the code requires that we convert
Right.
10% of parking here.
Right.
I know we went through this process to pin it down. You scroll, this actually go to the rendering, scroll,
okay,
actually up, the other way.
yeah.
Yeah, this landscaping, and you got, there we go, so as you can see, we do have
Okay,
a tree and shrubbery along here,
That-
so.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
wasn't picked up on the rendering, but, yes.
I like the landscaping.
yeah.
It's a plowing nightmare, but it looks great. I mean,
We're not-
what's that?
Yeah, it is, all right.
It's going to be a plowing nightmare for the guy, you know, I'm just, you know,
So you say where to store the snow?
right, in pushing it this way and this way, but again, I'm not doing it.
Look at some of the places
I know.
around here now, after this snow. M&T Bank.
I know.
Yeah, we do have some of these islands. we
Yeah,
kept off,
right.
kept this one up. We do have a couple areas, but yeah.
You just want to, you know what happens a lot of times is these guys come in, they start plowing, and and you put these Belgian blocks around, and they hit them. and they don't get fixed for that, or the next year, or the next year, and the parking lot looks like it does right now. That's my concern, that there's some sort
Or we
of,
can make it concrete curb,
Yeah.
that would be better.
yeah. As long as you're just kind of, aware that the owner's aware of
We
that.
pay a lot of attention to that, especially when we
Yeah.
do our angles on our islands. Yeah, it's an
Yeah,
issue we've
you
got
see
to
it, I mean, you know.
Yes.
But, besides that,
That's good.
The one thing that I was listening to I don't know, the past meeting, I guess it was last month, the lighting. And jerry rigging all these shades and shields. We need a lighting plan, and we need it at the same time that we're gonna do site plan, well, subdivision this is actually, right?
Both.
Both site plan, subdivision. So we need a lighting plan, and it needs to be fixed. We can't go and say, okay, well, you guys, put the lights up and have the guy come in and make adjustments. I don't know how the rest of the board feels. I don't like that. When we've done lighting, we've actually had, the applicant had a professional come in and do the lighting for them, checking the ISOs and the foot candles, and picking out the fixtures. So you need to get a professional lighting company in here to mitigate your problem that you got for spillage. Now, I was there last night on your site at 8:30, and it seems like the bank lights up most of your property. I'm just saying. And there's a pole, it's like north, between the bank and your property, in the corner, near 17M, there's a pole, and it's a censored light I saw. When I pulled in, the light went on. So, I don't know if you know that.
So I'll tell you, so when we were here originally, the pictures and past experience that we've done is that, a lot of times the modeling program doesn't reflect the house shields.
And we had made a condition, that's where we left off, that at the time of installation, we were ensured that there would be total cutoff. So, the board went with it then.
Well, my opinion is, condition, if it doesn't get done, then we gotta chase you. So, a conditional,
There's no sort of bond or C of O.
well, but condition means that it's not finally approved then. And you can't get permits to do anything, if I'm not mistaken, right? If you do.
Well, there could be different conditions. It could be a condition that's outlined in a resolution that the applicant's required to operate the site in a certain fashion. So there could be conditions that the applicant is required to do. So that could be one of them. And there certainly is also, separate from that, conditions that are required to be addressed prior to signing of the map.
Right,
So, there's just different types of conditions.
It could be there is something we could do.
yeah, because
Yeah.
in the past, in Maryland, you remember, we never really did conditional final approvals and everything like that. What's the sense? You can't do anything. You might as well just get it done now. We're here, let's get it done now, let's get the board's approval of it, let the board feel comfortable with it. You're gonna have it set in your plan, and then approve it and go forward.
He's doing the lighting plan.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
That's my opinion. I don't know how the rest of the board feels, but, let's get it done and over with.
Let me look into that and see if there's something, if there's not, then
We'll have to keep it as is,
Right.
like I said, this was.
Because the bank is coming, the bank doesn't seem to have any care. I mean, if you check the foot candle coming over, it's coming on your property.
So let me ask you like this, and then on the flip side, does it even matter that whether we show zero?
Well, being in front of this board now for what you're doing, yes, it does matter. We don't want to make something that's not correct, and approve it. But I'm just saying, the bank, they should, well, if they ever come in front of us, that's something, different story.
Playing also, right?
Right, but, and I know you're concerned, you don't want to spill over on properties, which is important. So that's why I'm saying, let's just get it done right now.
Like I said, the way our modeling and what we've done in the past, but it could be that there's some changes we can look into.
Yeah,
This is just how we've done it in the past with various boards, so we'll definitely check that out.
yeah, that's just a, something to think about.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else, anybody have? No?
I have strong reservations with the project, so it's.
Dave and Dave, anything?
We'll take a look at what we had from our prior review.
We didn't get anything new, right? No new submission or anything?
That's since the work session, right?
Okay.
So, I can breeze through these, I guess. The first one had to do with the dumpster enclosure. So understanding that the variance was granted, we don't yet have the decision, but we talked about that before. We should have that decision prior to any approval by the board. Second comment just talks about the proposed area to be disturbed is 14,519 square feet. Because the area of disturbance less than 1 acre, filing is not required under New York State DEC general permit. And because the area of disturbance is less than half an acre, preparation of a SWIP is not required. So that's just informational. 3 landscape calculations have been shown on sheet 2 and demonstrate compliance with Village Code 200-45J. At the August 11th Planning Board meeting, the board discussed landscaping, to which the design engineer indicated that he would review the possibility of adding landscaping along the rear of the proposed building. I believe you've done that already.
That was all done.
Landscaping has been, I have it on here. Landscaping has been added along the rear of the proposed addition and the rear property line. The planning board should review the updated landscaping for adequacy. I believe we did that at the work session.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Number 4, a revised lighting plan has been submitted and shall be revised to comply with the Village Code 200-34A5. House side shields or similar lighting directing fixtures shall be modeled with lighting direction and foot candle values provided. And again, we just talked about those. And then the Village Code here talks about the color, the temperature of the lighting, the maximum intensity at the property lines, etc. Number 5, the project is subject to architecture review by the planning board. We talked about the materials, the colors. Number 6, submitted documents include plans for dividing the buildings into individual condominiums. Approval of condominium projects is subject to Chapter 175 of the Village Code, which is subdivision of land. I defer to the board's legal counsel with regards to procedure for review and approval of the condominium plan, maintenance agreements, etc. The following comments are offered relative to the submitted subdivision plat. The map should include the seal and signature of a licensed surveyor. Meets and bounds must be provided for the perimeter of the common area. And as the map will require filing in the Orange County Clerk's Office, it is recommended that the applicant submit the plan to the county for preliminary review and comment so that any required notes or other information needed may be shown.
Okay, so if I could just talk about that for a second, just talk about procedural and conditions. From my understanding with the surveyor, we have a box for them to sign, but I think they can only sign once it's approved. So, sort of like a catch-22. So when we talk about approved with conditions, I just don't want that to hold, that's an administrative procedure.
Right.
That, just want to make sure there's an understanding. Yeah.
Okay, and number 7, in accordance with Section 200-72E4D of the zoning code, the applicant will be required to file with the village board a performance bond, letter of credit, or cash deposit sufficient to cover the full cost of all improvements or treatment. A site plan cost estimate should be provided for review and acceptance.
So if I could just respond to that, that's something that we're going to get to you ASAP. I know you did mention with the previous applicant. You have the latest numbers. If you could please just send us,
Okay.
Village, cost estimate so we can put that together.
Yep, okay. Number 8, the board adopted a resolution to declare the intent for lead agency on February 25th, 2025. The board has authorized preparation of a draft negative declaration.
At this point, that's outdated. They gave us the neg deck.
Yep, okay.
Right.
And number 9, the plans were sent to the Orange County Department of Planning for referral under GML 239. The Orange County Department of Planning determined this to be a local determination and did not offer any recommendations. And number 10, a public hearing is required.
And the public hearing was
Was
closed.
held, yes,
Yeah.
closed.
So on the county doesn't want it yet. Once we get approval, then they send it to the county?
So my recommendation to the applicant, and I've said this early on because this is the condominium application, send the plan to them for review and let them comment on whatever they're going to require for the filing of the map.
So at this stage of the plan?
He can submit it to the
Okay.
county, yeah. I don't believe,
Not the site plans,
Right.
just the subdivision plat.
the condominium plat, right.
Okay.
Yes.
And see what they tell you in terms of what
Notes.
potentially information needs to be added,
Fine.
So this way they can come back and maybe give you the comments and make the changes or whatever.
Right, so typically what the county doesn't want to have happen is to have, because these maps have to get filed in the county clerk's office. So as with any subdivision, they would prefer not to have the chairman sign a map, have it sent there, and then find out
I
that
don't prefer to do that
things
either.
need to be modified, things need to be changed, and then it's got to go back and,
Correct.
so
Okay,
they'll review it.
just want to clarify that. Thank you.
Sure.
Bobby, these aren't the correct colors, is that correct?
I don't think these are.
Did we ever get the correct colors? The samples we got last time were off. And I thought,
and we didn't have, we have modified the rendering with the available colors to be the same.
can we get samples?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, we do need samples. Thank you.
Definitely, 100%.
And if those, let's say, if we get them, do they need to be at the official hearing, or if we get them at a workshop, is that something that would suffice at this point?
Workshop would be fine.
Yeah, as long as we get
So I
it.
guess as soon as we get them.
Yeah.
Well, you had a hearing already, it's closed.
Yeah, the hearing's closed, but,
So we're
yeah.
done with that. So, yeah, workshop would be fine.
Also, just to the existing building, should we show that we're changing this and
I mean,
everything
if
is
it- if it's
okay?
gonna
That's fine, as long as you show the tree there, mature tree,
Right,
so it'll cover.
Fine, so I'll make sure you have my could be if you don't have my latest plan.
yeah.
So we don't have to change that?
How does the board feel about it? I mean,
If this is gonna help a lot, so of course, money, so
and,
this board.
I
It's not
mean,
gonna change me one way or another personally.
yeah, the only thing is, too,
It won't change, by me seeing that difference, it's not gonna change much for me, as long as, just show them something.
well, if you're worried about it, change it.
Yeah, you're making me worried now, I wasn't.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to worry you. And it's in the back of the building, so, you know, it's up to the board, what they want.
And I raised it, and my concern was that was an eyesore, but a mature tree there, I think.
Yeah, again,
but,
it's
you
just-
know, well, I think.
It gets very hard a lot of
Marilyn,
times.
what do you think? You're good at that.
I don't think I have to do anything with the building. Like I say, you put the tree there,
Okay.
the building is
But-
what it is, the bricks are what they are.
Yeah.
And so I don't see what the difference
Ju-
would be to change that.
But just in terms of his work, does he need to put the trees on the rendering, or are you now satisfied the fact that it's shown on the plan?
If it's on the plan, it's fine.
Yeah, okay,
Thank you.
so, yeah, because
Okay, just-
sometimes these renderings, it gets hard to match every little
I
tree.
get it.
Samples for sure.
Right.
Yeah, so we do have it
Yep.
there, yes.
I imagine.
Good.
Okay.
Anything
Perfect.
else? We're good? Everybody's good? Okay, all right, thank you.
Perfect, so, I guess, is the board open to preparing an approval resolution? We'll get, the lighting and the cost estimate, I think, are really the two big, and county approval.
We want everything, we want to have our checklist checked off of everything that you have before we move forward on it.
Got it.
So anything that needs to be tightened up and finished, the board, I'm sure, would like to see that.
Okay, perfect, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, have a good night.
Have a good
Take care.
night.
All right. So, we need to approve the minutes. Not me. I wasn't. Do you have the, I don't have the, let me pull up the, you have them on the agenda, right?
Yeah.
March 9th, 2026, man.
It's
March
9 and March 24.
Let's see.
Back to abstain.
Okay, the 9th is the workshop, 24th of March was the regular meeting. So, do we have a motion to approve the March 9th, 2026 workshop meeting minutes?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion.
Now, second?
We have a second. And all's in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I was not here.
I can't vote because I wasn't.
Yeah, Marilyn and Paul were not here.
And I have to abstain. I wasn't here.
Okay, so
Yeah,
agreed.
I wasn't involved,
Good news, you and I.
so. Okay, March 24th, 2026, regular meeting minutes. Everybody good with the minutes?
Everyone that's here
I'll
who's
make the motion
here.
to approve the minutes.
I'll
Okay.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And I abstain. Good. Make a motion to adjourn?
We'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.